we're going to show you first is that there are now jog controls available on the RE3 software. So you can actually move the laser head around.
Inside the software.
Absolutely. So you don't have to necessarily get up and walk over to the laser to move the head around or make adjustments. And we'll show you where that is in just a second. Absolutely. So you can press the little arrow in the top right there, and that's going to drop down your jog controls. And just like you'd see on your LCD screen, you have your up, down, left, right. You can even adjust the speed of the jog.
Which I like. He's fast, and then he's medium, and then he's real fast.
Absolutely. But you can also do things like test fire from here, unlock the gantry, and hone the laser as well. So if you ever need those, they're up there in the top right-hand corner, and you can hide them just by pressing a little arrow to the right or a little triangle to the right, and that will hide them. Now,
so that one's real simple.
Super simple, yeah.
This next one's really kind of cool for specific applications.
Really cool. So if you were going to engrave on this circle thing, can you throw us to the other camera? Sorry about that, Troy. Thanks, man. So we got, if you were going to engrave on a circle like this, you would want to have it centered a lot like this item is here. So in order to get it in the center, it's not necessarily the easiest to do that. Now you can use the camera, but if the image is large or too tall or outside of the camera's capabilities, sometimes that's not as accurate. But especially for speed, yeah, it's...
I was going to say, even a plate, something like this, it's totally useful because you don't want to run a huge perimeter inside of this.
I think we should talk about what we're actually talking about here, and that's center out engraving.
Okay.
Now, a lot of people have been asking for this and about this for a long time, and we'll show you here in the software where you can adjust the starting point. Now, first thing we should do is go over to the cog in the top left-hand corner and show that you have to have relative mode on. So you can either press the cog or go Edit Settings. This will bring up the sub-menu. That sub-menu is going to show you right here that you're actually in relative mode, and just make sure that's where you're at, because if you're in absolute mode, this actually doesn't work because it's just not how it works. So basically in relative mode, the standard way that relative mode works is that when the laser is in, wherever the laser is on the bed, that indicates the top left position of the I guess you call it
the perimeter.
The top left of the perimeter of your image inside your workspace. Excuse me, that's the word I was looking for. Many times, especially when engraving on a circle, you can find the center of that object, whether it's a circle, square, or otherwise, a lot easier than you can finding the top left-hand corner or even trusting the camera in the absolute positioning to put it there. So if you can find the absolute center of something, which we've done here on this disc, which you can do it like you just did in a geometry class where you just do a couple parallel lines and find the center. But once you find the center, you can throw it in the laser, and then what's really cool is actually, if you want to go to the overhead camera, Charles, you can just hit unlock on your laser head, and then what I love to do is just position the laser right over top of the center of the item. So once you hit lock again, the laser will home itself and send it back to the 0, 0 position, but then immediately will jump right back to where you were. So now that you know that you're in the center position, let's show them on the software where we have to adjust that. So as you can see over here, when you have nothing selected, it's actually the easiest way to see it because it comes up from the bottom, but you just have to select here at relative start position to center. Now you can also start in any one of these other areas, and I think we have a graphic to show those positions that we can pull up in just a second. But what we'll do here by hitting center, that means that the laser's current position on the workbed will indicate the center of the object. So you know that when you put that laser in the center of the material you're engraving, your image will always be centered on that point.
Yeah. What's really great is if you're doing something like this plate that I want to bring up, is that you don't really have to get something centered. You just want it generally centered, right?
Right.
Let's say you're putting your logo or something on there. Then you get in the general area of center and run your design. That way you don't have to find this arbitrary corner and then run your perimeter.
And usually the time, especially when you have a round object, that's usually off the material that you're actually engraving.
Yeah, because it's going to run that perimeter and each corner is going to come off.
Right, so you really only touch the top of the circle if you're hitting the edges, right?
Yeah.
Or some people like to do the thing where they square the circle and they have the edges of those, the square box inside the circle. That's doable, but still, you're asking a lot.
And you have to design around that, right?
Absolutely. So let's say you had an object that you wanted to have centered in the bottom of your item. You can do that as well from the same settings menu there. You can actually go up to that, if we can go back to the software just for a quick second, right there where it has center, you can actually start the job. Oh, sorry, it's just a little lag on the display here, but you can start the job from top center, top right, middle left. Charles, you have a graphic to show that? And we'll show you right here with this cool little graphic basically you can start at any one of those positions and start the job.
Oh, that's a cool design. So once you hit center, you just set the laser there and then start the job.
Absolutely. So any one of these positions can be selected to start the job from. So if any of these positions are known, meaning if you have a right triangle, something odd like this is a great example, Charles, where you know where the top center position is. That's an easy point to find.
Those are called Japanese war clouds.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Very, very cool. It's a cool look. I feel like those would look cool passing by the bottom of the screen as something that's kind of good at showing the momentum, or movement.
Yeah. I feel how the screen's glitching right now. Maybe those would look pretty cool.
Ooh, look at this. God, Lipsy. How you doing, sir? So glad that you're watching in. Thanks
Every
so much
time
for
on
tuning
Wednesday, I think about just going to talk to him before the show happens.
Yeah.
But he's not here. But welcome, Jim Robinson. Thank you for watching. And Renee.
We got Renee, we got Dave, we got Jeff Hayes. Dave, all you got to do is get an update on your machine, man, and you'll be able to do that center out. I know you've been looking forward to that. And then there's one more we just wanted to show you real quick, which is not a huge deal, but something that we feel like you might get a kick out of. Also watching, thanks so much, Eric Kruk, Renee, Dave, Jeff Hayes. Appreciate you watching, man. But over here to the right, when you have the item selected, you can press the transform button, which you'll see right next to some of the positions. Now, some of these things you'll notice are the same, but bottom at right-hand corner, you'll see a little grid where there's some white boxes and blue boxes. This will anchor your item in any corner. So if you click the bottom right-hand corner, and then if you go to rotate and type in the rotation 20 degrees.
Whoa.
Yep. So
20. Apply?
Yep.
Boom.
You'll see that it stayed on that corner, pivoted from the bottom right-hand corner. You kind of ruined it by it.
Yeah, I ruined it.
But either way, that anchor position in transform will allow you to anchor it and rotate it. So you can actually use that to create different things like mandalas, kind of like this. That's basically how that mandala pattern is created, by doing a bunch of rotations of different shapes. But either way, that's just another tool you can use to position and rotate items in the workspace quickly and efficiently in RE3.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching. If you like those videos, please subscribe. We got more videos of me over here.
Very